Developers in Savannah are looking at making adjustments in Savannah's historic district. Verizon and Kimley Horn have proposed to add 5G cell nodes to over 30 light poles in Savannah. WJCL 22 News' Grace Rodriguez joins us now live at Lafayette Square near one of those light poles. And Grace, you just got out of a long commission meeting where they discussed this. So tell us how the meeting went.
Thank you, Shannon. And yes, it was long. The commission meeting, the commissioners, project representatives, and members of the public took nearly 2 hours discussing all aspects of the project. During that time, many holes were poked through the project's plans.
You have the demand for it, demand for them to be faster and quicker and not to be out of coverage because it is a life safety thing.
It was a busy afternoon at the Chatham County Metropolitan Planning Commission meeting as several residents in the Savannah Historic District showed up to oppose a proposed Verizon expansion.
Human beings are used to looking up a pole and seeing a pole taper off. This is not a tapering of a pole.
The project, in partnership with Savannah consultants Kimley Horn, would attach a 5G node to 36 light poles in the historic district. One of those poles would be along the sidewalk of a multi-story condo.
They mere 14 feet from my apartment and other apartments. The American Cancer Society asserts that 30 feet is the minimum safe distance from this type of cell node. This is a serious life safety issue and it is not acceptable.
There are at least 8 units in our building on the Macon Street side that are within 30 feet of this proposed location.
Board members also shared their concerns for the project with the representatives.
As a resident of the historic district, because I care, and a lot of these are visible from these squares, which are so important to us, that really does disrupt the historic district.
Verizon then had a chance to address public concerns after public comments arose regarding warning signs placed on the poles.
The signs are already there. The signs are not changing. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to speak to anything, any reports or anything that's been done on emissions, but we are governed by FAA, FCC.
Meanwhile, some residents say the project is okay, as long as it fits within the historic district's look.
If there's some way to have someone in the process, perhaps with the MPC staff, who can come up with some designs that would be attractive, that might be a way to solve some of this issue.
The board ultimately rejected 5 of those 36 proposals. Conversations about the remaining 31 will resume on March 31st. In Savannah, Grace Rodriguez, WJCL 22 News.
Grace, thank you. WJCL 22 talked to another resident off camera who says installing the nodes would improve cell service at his home, but he also cites health concerns for himself and for his son.